happened tonight?
I mean, close game. I think just too many mistakes. If you look at our game versus theirs, they didn't make a lot of mistakes, and when we uh, when we did, they were able to capitalize.
How tough is it to remain positive when you're going through a stretch like this?
It's challenging, but I think it's important. We're in a position where we have to dig our way out of this slump and get back into contention and start playing better hockey. So, we're not going to take a turn. We're going to keep pushing and just try to work our way through it.
Where does it start?
Pardon me?
Where does it start? When you're looking for trying to turn things around?
Well, you try to build off the good things. I think even tonight there's periods of time where, we did things well. And you just want to build off that. And again, you just want to limit the mistakes. I think, right now it feels like when we make mistakes, the other team's capitalizing. And that's why when you look at the score lately, it's obviously not going our way. And we have to limit chances against, goals against, and that starts by kind of limiting mistakes.
How concerned are you that if you don't get hot soon and sustain a win streak, that there could be changes? Like we're getting close to the trade deadline.
Yeah, there's no question. That's not lost on anyone.
You're not even been in that position in 10 years.
Yeah.
As longest tenured guy here, how do you feel about that?
Not good. Not good. We got our work. Our work's cut out for us. We're in a spot in the standings that we haven't been, and we're not happy. And it's on us. It's not. It's not on anyone else. It's on us. And it's, performance based, and again, it's mistakes. And I'm not really sure how to answer your question adequately, but we're aware of what's going on, and we're doing everything we can to right the ship and to get playing better hockey here now.
Thought we played a pretty solid game. You have 32 shots on goal. The special teams was good, and I just think a few bounces just didn't go our way. A couple bobbling pucks coming off guys, and kind of going right to them, and them just taking advantage of their opportunities.
Looked as though you had some pretty big point-blank saves early on. How did you feel about your performance in a tough night?
I definitely felt a lot better than I did in the first game. I thought my movements were crisper. Obviously, the third one you want back, but for me, it's a step in the right direction, another building block.
In your experience, when you've had, it was over 2 months off, how long until you feel like yourself again, or you feel like you're back to your A game?
Probably a game or two. At the end of the day, you're pushing hard in practice, and my cardio is great. Up to speed with the shots, and like I said, I thought tonight I did a really better job of staying composed in the net and just kind of control my my movements and whatnot. So unfortunate the result, but just got to build from here.
I know you've only had 2 games back, but you've seen what this team has gone through the last few months. How concerned are you about kind of where things are kind of trending, like in the standings and where the team's at right now?
You can't really look at the standings and worry about other teams. We kind of just have to focus on ourselves and, just try to snap out of this funk here. So, we obviously have a big one in Van 2 nights from now. So, get a good practice day in tomorrow and, work on some things and, kind of put this one in the rearview mirror and get going for Van.
What do you think you do need to work on most importantly?
Just kind of limiting our mistakes. At the end of the day, it kind of leads to opportunities, and myself included. There you kind of need a big save out of the goalie, and that's what for me it seemed to be lacking right now. So you just got to dig down, and like I said too, you get a couple bad bounces, and other teams are just taking advantage right now. You look at us, we're hitting posts, hitting shafts, and whatnot of the goalie stick. So we just got to keep working. I thought tonight we did a good job of hemming them in their zone and kind of limiting their chances. And you just kind of like I said, you kind of just got to forget about this one, move on to the next one.
What went wrong tonight for you?
I think it's kind of, similar stuff. I thought just costly mistakes. Obviously, it cost us, and the puck was in the back of their net. But I thought tonight we competed really hard, and I think with that kind of effort, you're going to win more times than not. But obviously, when you're going through a tough streak right now, just a tough time, a lot of adversity. Sometimes those costly mistakes, they compound back to back, and that's kind of what's going on right now. But I thought our effort tonight was obviously I thought much better, but you still end up on the wrong side of it, and definitely some things that we can continue to clean up.
How difficult is it to remain positive despite the skid here?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you're going through a tough skid and going through a lot of adversity, it's tough. But you have to stay positive. You have to play, that much harder. The room, I think's been positive. It's been a lot of energy in the room and stuff like that, despite the way things have been going. And you have to keep that up, because the second that drops, that's when it can really compound on you. And for us, like I said, the effort was better tonight. I think when you have that type of effort, for a full 60 minutes, I think you're going to win more times than not. But that's just sometimes the way it goes, and we just got to pick ourselves back up and continue to push along.
You guys are 10 points back. Trade deadline's coming. How concerned are you that there could be changes? Like, this is uncharted territory for you personally.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of leave that up to the management. For us, it's about the next game. It's about winning, and starting to put ourselves in a much better position than we are now.
You haven't been through anything like this at the NHL level. Have you ever been through a losing skid like this at any other level that you were able to kind of draw from to kind of help get out of something like this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you always go through ups and downs in the season. That's just the way it goes. Doesn't matter if it's, a season where you win the division. You're going to have, tough skids and tough times like this. Obviously this year it's been a little bit more than others, but you just have to take it day by day. You got to come to the rink and put your work hat on and do whatever is necessary to obviously help the team in whatever way possible. And our focus right now is on the next game, is on tomorrow, having a good practice or whatever that's going to look like, and continuing to push along here and just trying to be better, trying to find a way out of out of the adversity that we're in right now.
From a messaging standpoint to your team as captain, is it about playing for one another, or everybody to kind of remember when things are going kind of roughly?
Yeah, you really got to rally as a team. It's not any one individual. It's about supporting each other, rallying as a team, and playing as a team, and that's the most important part. When you're in times like this, you have to simplify things and do what's necessary. You got to block shots. You got to do all the little things that add up to helping the team win games.
What is the difference here tonight?
There's a lot of things. I think we just got to execute, just focus on the details. I know it's a broken record, but we got to bounce back and finish this trip off right.
How do you kind of snap out of that broken record and yet play for one another and kind of block out all the noise?
I think just moving on to the next game. I mean, we did some good things in tonight's game, and we just got to clean up a little more and just continue that confidence, aggressiveness going to the next game.
How would you describe the mood?
I mean, I wouldn't say we're obviously, everyone's happy, but we're not too low. I think we're right in the middle. It's kind of where you want to be. I mean, you kind of want that desperation, but also not that panic. And, we have belief in this locker room, and again, we got to get confidence in these next few games before the break.
This team's been a contender as long as you've been here. Is there a concern among the team that it's not trending in where you guys kind of thought this might go at this point of the year?
No. Again, a lot of teams go through stuff like this. It's kind of adversity that we haven't dealt with before, and I think it just makes us stronger, and it's going to make us more desperate. We have to be desperate to make in the playoffs right now, but right now we just got to focus on these next 3 games.
What gives you that confidence that this group can handle this type of adversity, given how foreign it is?
Well, just the talent we have in the room, the depth. I mean, we're a playoff team, we're a contending team, and we have so much belief in every player, and right now we just got to pull it all together, and I'm confident in the group.
Why do you think, you mentioned the talent, and there is a lot, but why do you think that you guys aren't where you should be in the standings if you do have that talent?
It's a good question. I can't answer that fully. I mean, sometimes it's just the way it goes. I mean, hockey's such a lucky sport sometimes, and it just doesn't bounce your way. But again, we just got to persevere here.
What did you see tonight?
I thought it was a good effort. I thought we did a lot of good things tonight. Made a couple mistakes and it was in our net, but overall, I mean, we had our opportunities to score more goals. It didn't go in. Their goalie played well, but I liked the effort. Thought we controlled most of the game.
Does that make it even more disheartening knowing that you
Yeah,
saw
it's
some
tough.
positives?
I mean, I get, it's tough, and nobody's happy, but in the end, you know, we got to. That's the way we got to play. And like I said, there's a lot of good things in the game. We can clean up a couple things, you know, mistakes that are unnecessary, but in the end, that, you know, if we play like that, we'll win a lot of games.
Greg, after the Colorado game, you talked about, you know, 2 quick goals against, team kind of stopped playing, standing around after the 2 in the second tonight. Like, what did you see from the group after that?
I thought they battled back. I mean, and then in the third too, we got that goal. 1-goal game now, you know, back in it. Our PP was really good tonight, I thought. You know, just we made a mistake in that next goal that we shouldn't make.
What did you think of Anthony? He thought he played better than he did against Vegas.
Yeah, no, he you know, he wants a couple back, you know, for sure, but overall his game is better.
You mentioned nobody's happy. What do you do to kind of make sure like your team kind of stays on the trajectory you want that to?
Yeah, no, it can be difficult in times like this for sure, but it's just communication with the team and the leaders grabbing it and making sure that we stay positive and we're ready to go next game. That's part of their job.
How concerned are you that there's not enough runway to get this turned around in time?
What do you mean runway?
You're 10 points back.
Yeah, with games remaining.
Games left.
We can't worry about that or look at that. We just got to focus on the next game. Like, you can't start looking at how many games are left and what we got left. Like, you're putting yourself in a bad spot. Like, we got to go into Vancouver and get 2 points. That's what we should be focused on. Nothing else. I mean, I get it, the standings and where we're at and the games left, but that's not going to accomplish anything. You know, the goals right now need to be small, and you got to focus on game to game here and just try to take care of our business the best we can.